Ladies and gentlemen, guests, graduates, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. On behalf of the GMPD Academy and the King's College London, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all and thank you for your presence at this very auspicious occasion in the GMDP annual calendar. Today is all about you, graduates, and we are gathered here to rejoice in your success and celebrate excellence. You have managed to overcome personal and professional challenges and successfully complete the program that you signed up about a year ago. Let's not to forget the added challenges of the recent times, which no doubt could have added to your professional endeavors. Let me take you back a few years. The Renaissance was a passionate period of European cultural, artistic, political, and economic rebirth following the Middle Ages. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now faced with technological renaissance and geopolitical Middle Ages. As a result, we have had breakthroughs such as nanomachines for deliveries of drugs and removal of cholesterol deposits in arteries and veins, genetic testing, and new approaches in designing new drugs, and more recently, gene therapy for Hunter syndrome for the first time. I would therefore like to submit to you that education, training, development, and clinical research has never been more important than now. Graduates, you have achieved a wonderful thing during your professional career, and I would like to welcome you as alumni of the GMPD Academy. Now let's turn to our distinguished guest that we have today. To begin with, I would like to introduce Professor Peter Stonia, who wears several hats. For today, he is the co-program director for the GMPD Academy, representing King's part of the program that we have. And his other hats that he's wearing, he's a professor of pharmaceutical medicine at King's College, and he also leads one of the programs in the suite of the pharmaceutical medicine courses with the King's College. But his professional career in pharmaceutical industry goes many years back, and he's not a stranger to many of you who are here today. He has had a glowing career in pharmaceutical industry as pharmaceutical physician, and also he has championed the specialty in pharmaceutical medicine in the United Kingdom, and I would say a really pillar of the faculty of pharmaceutical medicine of the Royal Colleges of the Physicians in the United Kingdom. With that, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Professor Peter Stonia.
Thank you very much, Professor Salek, and hello to everyone, and a very good day to you all, wherever you are. A warm welcome also from me, Peter Stonia, to this graduation ceremony, and indeed to a day to celebrate with your colleagues, friends and family on the completion and successful graduation from the course which has been a part of your life for the past year. Today, you move from being a student to being a graduate and on to being an alumnus of the Global Medicines Development Professionals Academy. We realize that as postgraduate professionals, this is a route you have trodden several times already, but on each occasion, there's always room for that feeling of excitement for completion of a job well done and of the achievement of another milestone in your career pathway. And this is why a graduation day is also a marker of that satisfaction. It gives us all the chance to share in the collective pleasure that these achievements bring at the end of what is now the 9th year of this programme. And for me, representing the partnership with King's College London for this programme, together with the academic lead for the course, Professor Stuart Jones, who is director of the King's Centre for Pharmaceutical Medicine Research, but he's not able to be with us today, it gives me the opportunity to congratulate you all most warmly on your achievement, which of course I do wholeheartedly. I am mindful of the work, the time and the dedication you have invested in the course, as well as the disruption to your evenings, weekends and family life to be here today. We are constantly impressed at your stickability, your enthusiasm and sense of humour, but grateful for your presence and support for the course. And as experienced professionals, for the contribution that you have brought to the proceedings. This is not a schoolroom, but an interactive vocational programme of shared learning and competency development, with the learnings from the course applied to your continuing experiences and responsibilities in your work. The two go hand in hand, learning and doing, and are the hallmark of modern professional development for adult learners. Medical affairs and medicines development are constantly evolving, and those who choose this career pathway must meet ever greater demands and expectations. As medicines development professionals, you rise to the challenges of negotiating the complex You rise to the challenges of negotiating the complex relationships and interactions with the medical community between therapeutic specialists, patient groups, regulatory authorities, device manufacturers, and the pharmaceutical industry to bring and communicate new medicines for the benefit of patients, those patients in need, and to satisfy public expectations of healthcare. In this work, you are challenged to a higher level of capability in communications and to multidisciplinary and multi-professional working to gain and utilize next level knowledge of the intricacies of data-driven insights to ensure compliance, manage medical information, and generate medical evidence. A lot of this approach has been dubbed flexibility, mastering soft skills, transferable skills, and adaptability to the new challenges of technology, of data science, and of ethical standards in meeting the needs and expectations of patients. The GMDP Academy with King's College London developed this certification programme to better prepare those seeking a competency and capability-based education and training with a curriculum and a syllabus that aligns with today's evolving industry standards. The very things that employers and medicines developers say that they want of their employees are finally being delivered by education programs which are based on a sound academic underpinning, vocational job-based experiential learning, and for any individual, a unique path of continuing professional development to build on those foundations and forge your own career pathway in the direction of your choosing. This GMDP certification program is not just any CPD program, it is so much more. It is a unique partnership between academia, industry, and professional bodies. It has constancy in its aims and delivery and maintains its sustainability through adherence to an internationally recognized syllabus, the PharmaTrain syllabus, its curriculum set in agreement with King's and changeable only to update knowledge and to evolve the practices and procedures that already are established. Today, you graduate from this program. Its characteristics are that going forward in your CPD and career pathway, this program could bring it could be form the beginning or the middle of a longer vocational program in medicine's development, covering more of the curriculum, for instance, of early development or in clinical development, pharmacovigilance and risk management, or regulation. It could be creditable to other programs within King's or anywhere that accepts the standards and credits of this program. It could be the technical and scientific part of a competency framework with other domains in business, leadership, specialist topics, or therapeutic entities. As an alumnus of the GMDP Academy, you could recommend this program to others based on your own personal experience and on its professional certification values that I have mentioned. You may see today as an end to your commitment to CPD learning and graduation. And of course, this graduation is, of course, a finale in itself in some way. But it is not an end. And as much as we hope you are able to utilize your learnings from the program for the benefit of your work and your workplace, I would hope that from an educational point of view, it is part of a continuing engagement with learning, indeed lifelong learning, in medicine's development, from which you can gain and also contribute so much. But now I must end, and I do so with the final word of congratulations to you on your achievement and an anticipation of the very best success in your continuing careers in medicine's development and pharmaceutical medicine. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Peter, for those word of wisdom and very insightful indeed. Thank you. Now we move on to our second speaker for the day, and it gives me a great pleasure to introduce Dr. Alex Condolion, who is a globally experienced healthcare leader who focuses on the intersection of digital health and life sciences. As Pfizer's Chief Medical Affairs Officer for medical engagement and impact, he is passionate about advancing data analytics and AI in service of better healthcare and its visibility. Alex has led country and global medical affairs and innovation organizations, having lived in Australia, China, France, and now in the United States. He earned his medical degree from the University of New South Wales and an MBA from Macquarie Graduate School of Management. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to introduce Dr. Alex Condolion.
Thank you so much, Sam, and to all my esteemed colleagues who are on the call and to all graduates. I just want to begin by saying congratulations. You've done it. You've finished this important program. But equally important, I think, is to reflect on the deliberate decision that you made to invest in yourself. Because I'm guessing that at some point, probably late one evening after a long day, you thought, would it be a good idea to add study on top of everything else that you're doing in your day, job, and your personal life? And you said yes anyway. And that tells us something very important about this room. It tells us that all of you are not comfortable standing still. You have what I like to call productive restlessness, because today restlessness can be a leadership trait. It can be an energy in disguise. It's our bodies telling us that healthcare can be better than this, and you've made a deliberate choice to play an even more elevated role to make that happen. But maybe I spend 1 or 2 more minutes on this idea of restlessness, because society is a little bit restless today. Healthcare organizations are restless today. Healthcare leaders are restless today, because patients are urgently wanting better types of care. And we're in a moment where science, data, technology, they're not only moving fast, they're moving faster than our systems and organizations have the capacity to absorb. Let me just give you one or two anecdotal comments that maybe go to the tech renaissance that was referred to earlier on. OpenAI in the last couple of weeks has disclosed that over 800 million people repeatedly go back to one of their interfaces every single week. That's over 10% of the world's population using OpenAI repeatedly every week. And 40% of them every week are exploring a healthcare topic. That means millions of people are asking, what does this symptom mean? What are my treatment choices? What should I ask my doctor? And this isn't curiosity, it's urgency from patients to be more in control of their health. And there's a tension. While patients are accelerating their health literacy, clinicians, healthcare systems are more and more overwhelmed every day. More data, more guidelines, less time. And we're part of a solution, and we can be part of a problem. Every time we come to market with a new drug, we solve an unmet need. But we also drive further fragmentation in an already fragmented healthcare environment. We further complexify already complicated treatment paradigms. And so now more than ever, our partners in the medical world are looking for more precise, relevant information on how they should approach patient care. And that's the exact moment that modern medical affairs organizations are built for. You know, medical affairs sits in a rare and powerful position. We speak science, we understand healthcare delivery, we appreciate the human realities on both sides, the patients, the clinicians, and all stakeholders trying to make healthcare optimal. But, you know, we often describe ourselves as a translator between R&D and commercial. When we're at our best, we're also translators between how people are seeking better care and the complexities of healthcare delivery in order to help everyone navigate towards better outcomes. So healthcare is complicated. It's not only complicated, it's full of paradoxes that need to be navigated. Millions of people worldwide are wearing a connected device, measuring millions of vital signs every day, and yet the vast majority of heart attacks are diagnosed in an emergency department. 3D prosthetic printing, it's a real thing. It's happening today. And yet pens, paper, fax machines are somehow still prevalent in healthcare. AI can summarize billions of data points in seconds, but navigating healthcare systems, it's friction prone, it's complicated. And medical affairs can play a critical role in all of these pain points. It's not about flooding the system with more data. It's about bringing clarity. And the stronger all of us are professionally, the more magnified our impact can be, the more strong our leadership will be. And this brings us back to why I think what you have all achieved is so important, not only for the professional journey that you're on, but also for the professional journey that medicalized functions within our industry are living through. At a minimum, I hope you've proven to yourself you can learn. And today, learning more than ever is a path to leading. But maybe this moment also calls for one more thing. It might also call for unlearning. Unlearning the ideas that we need to wait to be invited to the table. Unlearning the ideas that innovation somehow lives somewhere else. Empowerment, leadership, building on strong capabilities, that's where we move healthcare forward. So as the graduating class, I say congratulations to everyone on not only elevating your own professional integrity, but playing a key role in elevating our function collectively. In our area of professional pursuit, we don't just seek to protect science, we seek to help science travel. We don't just manage risk, we focus on building trust. We don't just publish credible science. We drive the alignment of healthcare systems to be around the patient and optimal patient care. And when medical affairs leads and leads well, I really believe something powerful happens in healthcare systems. We get care to be about the person, the individual seeking better solutions for what they've defined as their goals. So today, I want to thank you for everything that you have invested, for choosing growth over comfort, for sacrificing your evenings and perhaps your weekends to see the lift in both our function and also in your professional integrity. And that collective effort is all going to move healthcare forward. I just take this opportunity to thank you for the opportunity to join you on this great event today. Congratulations on what you've achieved, and good luck with everything that your next steps in your career will be able to unlock and bring to healthcare. Sam, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today as well.
Thank you very much, Alex, for those very stimulating words. And we are really grateful for you being here. And I'm sure that all the graduates appreciate those words as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now that brings us to our last but not least speaker of the day, and that is Dr. Harriet Scorer. Dr. Scorer is a pharmaceutical physician, and I dare to say a fierce advocate for patients. Now, I have had the pleasure and privilege of knowing Harriet for many years, and I know that she never does anything half-heartedly. She's a person, from what I have observed, who humanizes the patient's voice. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you Dr. Harriet Scorer.
Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you very much to everybody for this wonderful invitation. As Sam says, I've known him for over 30 years, and Peter Stonio too, in my journey through the pharmaceutical industry. And at this stage, I'd just like to reinforce the message from others. I can't stress highly enough the importance of ongoing education for our own self-development, but to enable us to carry on to do the best that we can for ourselves and for everyone else, and particularly patients. So congratulations to all of you for reaching this milestone. It sounds like it's been really quite arduous at times, so it's a real pleasure to be with you today. Now, this is about you and your day. But I'd just like to tell you a little bit about myself and put in perspective why I've been invited to join you. So I'm a doctor by training, and I've worked in the pharmaceutical industry for a very long time, with very diverse therapeutic areas and interests in pharmacovigilance, clinical trials, regulatory, but mainly in medical affairs. And I absolutely agree with you, Alex. Medical affairs is the center of everything because it puts all the science and the development right there and the bridge to patients, which is really what we should be thinking about. More latterly, I've worked more in OTC, in consumer medicines, and okay, it's not so sexy and not as interesting as some of the life-saving medicines that many work on. But, we bring medicines to millions of people with common conditions, hay fever, analgesia, cough and cold, and that lets people get on with their lives. So we call them consumers, we don't call them patients, because we've empowered them to take responsibility for their own lives. And my wish is that we could do much more of that for all the patients that we see as patients than we do at the moment. I've found the industry to be the most rewarding place to work. I've had an amazing career. You meet completely brilliant, stimulating people every day. You're part of advances in science and technology. And most importantly, you help patients improve their lives. So, as well as being a doctor working in pharma, I'm also a patient, or a person living with Waldenstrom's macroglobulinemia, which is a really big mouthful to say. It's a rare blood cancer. Now, I've had the condition for 25 years, and in that time, I've had a huge amount of treatment, chemotherapy, a stem cell transplant, and I'm actually in a clinical trial at the moment. And as Sam knows, it was a bit tight to me getting here today because I've just come back from my clinical trial visit. So I am super, super grateful to all those development people that are finding life-saving drugs. So I've had the condition for over 25 years, and I think what it has given me is an insight into how actually patients think when something's happening to them. And it's challenged some of my previous behaviors and assumptions, and I would say arrogance as a younger doctor. Maybe it comes with age, but certainly when you have a serious condition, you do see things differently. Now, fortunately, many of you will not be in the situation that I am, but I would just like to impart to you the importance of thinking about the patient, because that's what we're here for. So at the moment, I'm chairing WM UK, which is the UK charity for these patients. And our mantra is to support patients to live well with WM, whatever that means for them. People, when they get their diagnosis, are often frightened, they're confused, they're vulnerable. Care is patchy here, it's patchy all over the world. And can you imagine how it feels to be told that you've got cancer and that there is no cure? Oh, you can have some treatment, but for a lot of you, we won't start treating you straight away. Now, there are medical reasons for that, but at the charity, we support people, their families, their carers to live through the shock of a diagnosis, but also to help them advocate for their care and to be able to interact with healthcare professionals and sometimes pharma companies. So what I would say is, in your day-to-day work, it's really easy to get wrapped up in what you've got to do and you've got deadlines. But essentially, we're here for patients, not to tick boxes. And I guess it's just from me a request that in your career, please try to engage with patients. You're doing medical affairs, there are ways to do it. I know there are restrictions, but you can do it. And actually understand what's important to them in terms of their care, their treatments, clinical trials, support programs, or just their daily worries, and their families and their carers who we shouldn't forget. And I'd also ask you to think sometimes, as Alex said, things shouldn't be too comfortable. Maybe challenge the status quo if you don't think that you or your company or wherever you are actually doing the right thing for patients. It's just not good enough to do what you've always done before, particularly as our world is changing so much. So I just end by saying, please remember that patients are why we do what we do. Thank you very much. And once again, many congratulations to all of you.
Thank you so much, Harriet. That's an amazing word of advice, and thank you for sharing your experience, not only as a professional person, but also emphasizing the fact that thinking about patient and getting close to patient and understand them, it's not a professional just a responsibility, it's a moral responsibility. So thank you so much for emphasizing that. Now we are moving on to the next section, which is really admitting the graduates to their certifications program. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. David Jeffries, who is the module chair for the first module, to start the next session, please.
Well, Sam, thank you very much. And can I add my warmest congratulations to all the graduates this afternoon. As the module chair for Module 1, I saw firsthand all the hard work, the enthusiasm you had throughout this. So fantastic that you're all here, and I think some of your families and relatives as well, to share in this day. As I say, many congratulations for what you've achieved. And I'm sure the last three speakers have inspired you to ever more success in this wonderful pharmaceutical industry. So with that, I think we come to announcing the first of our graduates, and each one of you has given a little vignette of what you took from the course. So you'll see on your screen now each of the candidates here with a little bit of description about them and what they took from the course. So first of all, we have Charles Adhav. I hope I'm pronouncing all these names correct, but if I'm not, take please my apologies in advance. And I think, Charles, you have highlighted the value of this course to you, how it strengthened your understanding, enabled you to explore avenues and to open perhaps new avenues to you, particularly in the area and in the future role in medical affairs in the industry. So many congratulations to you on achieving this graduation today. We now move to our second candidate, who is Alejandra Alacon. And I think you've set out beautifully here that you have this passion about bringing science and health equality to close gaps and to elevate standards of care. I think very much echoing what both Alex and Harriet said to us earlier. So again, many congratulations to you. We now move on to our third graduate, who is Karim Amar. And I think, Karen, what you have highlighted is your time on the programme enabling you to engage in educational activities and perhaps having a little bit of time away from, well, not away because you were doing a very important job at the same time, but you were able to secure and use this course to get a new role as medical director of SOBI during the course. So you've actually demonstrated how you've helped to progress your career, and many congratulations doing that. I must say, graduating must have been a double achievement for you when you were changing career right in the middle of this. So congratulations again to you today. We then move on. We have Miguel Años. And I think you've captured what the course meant for you by saying that you've left the programme with a deeper commitment to helping build a healthier and more equitable society. Again, I think you didn't know what was going to be said to you by our keynote speakers, but you are very much picking up the torch, the baton which they laid before you. So again, very warm congratulations as you take those learnings forward in your career. Our next graduate is Ulla Jensen. And I think what you've said here is throughout for your career, and I think your motivation for this course is, again, you're inspired by patients. You're driven by the science. And what I think Alex made the point there, that we are so valuable, isn't it? That we are able to be that interface between the science and the patient, and we're bringing huge and ever-increasing benefits to them. So again, many congratulations, and I hope that what you brought into the course has been amplified as you now move on in your career. Congratulations. Our next candidate is Amit Buhalayan. And I think what you've set out here, Amit, is how you gained comprehensive real-world exposure and you developed cross-functional expertise in medicine's development. And I think, as was said right at the beginning by Sam, that this is the whole essence of this course working with King's, of how we expose you to very many different cutting-edge elements across the industry, but across the regulatory science piece. Well, that's in pharmacovigilance, in gene therapy, some of the geopolitical issues which came to face our industry. But you've brought all that together. And it's great to see that you've recognized this and it's helped you to practically apply this and achieve so much through the course and so much that you can take forward, having gained that increased view on real-world exposure to the wide nature of what is pharmaceutical science, pharmaceutical medicine. So again, Amit, many congratulations to you. Our next graduate, Laura Bernal, again, huge congratulations. And I think you said, and I imagine this goes back to much earlier in your life, that you've been driven by curiosity and by growth, and that you found that came together for you in the GMDP program, and it's been for you a milestone in your professional career. So thank you for saying that to us. I think all of us who've been involved in the course, we really appreciate these comments, but we hope that is such a fundamental milestone as you move on. And this will be just one of many milestones in what I'm sure is going to be a successful career, building on what you've achieved in this course and in many other areas before you joined the GMDP. Again, congratulations. Dennis Borodon, I very much like your vignette and congratulations to you that it proved to you that multitasking is a real Olympic sport. Now, whether that's the Milan Winter Olympics coming up or whether it's going to be the Summer Olympics in 28, but I think you've shown that the key thing here is multitasking, not only in your personal life and family life, but juggling all those things in the company when you were probably wanted to do two tasks for your company, be it in drug development or in pharmacovigilance. Just at the moment, you were required to attend a webinar and deliver one of the assignments. So again, hopefully that multitasking will remain with you. It's certainly a skill which all of us know about, having worked in the pharmaceutical industry and in pharmaceutical science. Again, huge congratulations to you, Dennis. Our next graduate is Laura Kazam. I think you set out again here how you saw the course and the interaction with King's. And I particularly pick up on that word you've used of enriching learning experience. And I think you've also brought out the interaction which you had across the faculty. I think we saw that with the presentations which you did as a group earlier in the year. I think then with the group tasks, I think it has brought people together from different companies, from different functions within companies, and from different aspects of the industry to focus on a task. And that is by no mean achievement, because that, of course, is what you'll be doing, whether your career is perhaps in a regulatory agency eventually, whether you remain in the pharmaceutical industry, in OTC, in gene therapy, whatever area of the industry. That multitasking is going to be very important, as we heard earlier, but also this ability to interact, draw people together and deliver. So again, Lara, many congratulations to you this afternoon. Pietro Buscini, I think you've not given us a vignette, but I saw some of your work on the course there and very much appreciated what you contributed there. And I hope you've got a lot out of this course and that it will stand you in very good stead for your career in this fascinating world of regulatory science. So Pietro, again, many congratulations to you as you graduate this morning in the US, this afternoon here in Europe. And for one or two of you, it's already Wednesday in certain parts of Asia Pacific. But congratulations again. Now, that should have been me done for the day because you were with me on Module 1. But unfortunately, Eddie Power has had a very serious illness of his mother in the family. He's had to leave the US to be with her at this time. And our thoughts and prayers are very much with Eddie today as he journeys to be with his sick mother. As a result of that, I'm going to be reading out the vignettes and the citations for his group. Remember, Eddie was the module chair of Medical Affairs and Health Economics. Can I also say I just had a note from Eddie. He very much sends his very warm congratulations to you all and says what a wonderful achievement you've all made. So those are Eddie's words, not mine. So Daniel Cheong, very warmest of congratulations to you. And I think you've highlighted that for you, it was a particularly valuable course. You were a newcomer to the pharmaceutical industry, and you've highlighted that you found the learning experience with the GMDP to be most valuable. And I hope that is going to step you in very good stead. Now you feel you know a lot more. You're really an expert as a graduate, as an alumni of this course, as you move forward in the pharmaceutical industry. So I think you've chosen one of the really great ways to gain a huge amount of knowledge of the industry, of pharmaceutical science, and very best wishes as you go forward in your career. Congratulations. Miguel Cordova, congratulations on what you've achieved and your success. And I think what you've said is your gratitude to the faculty, your appreciation of the care and the diligence which has been put together. And I think Peter Stonier highlighted this, that the course is in its 9th year. We are always learning, adding new things, refreshing, getting feedback from you. But I think it's great for us to see your appreciation of what has been done. And also, thank you for highlighting the dedication which has been given. But equally, can I return that by saying you, the students, you, the graduates, are the people who really inspire us. And certainly in some of those sessions, it was the feedback I think we all found very, very valuable for the presentations and as module chair. So thank you in return for thanking us, if that isn't too much of a paradigm on there. But again, warm congratulations, well done. Anna Dantas, I think you said here that it was really a transformative experience for you, that you gained valuable insights throughout the modules and throughout the course. And I think particularly it's good for us to see your last sentence here, where you say you feel inspired by your learnings. And I think you justifiably are right to be proud of what you have achieved and by that dedication, because I think the word dedication is very appropriate this afternoon, because you all have dedicated a huge amount of your time to get to your success today. So again, warmest congratulations, enjoy the success and enjoy your future in the industry, building on what you've learnt on this course. Alejandro Diaz Vidal, I think you are a physician and a researcher, and you've highlighted your commitment to transforming healthcare through leadership, through strategy and innovation. As I think we've said this afternoon, but we've said many times over the year on the course, those three elements are core elements of this course, of the course by the GMDP, of promoting leadership, of getting you to think strategically across regulatory science and of innovation. So I hope we really have built on those skills for you, that those are skills you will take away. Again, congratulations as you graduate, but you will then build on those as you take forward your passion for transforming healthcare in the industry. Enjoy your time in the industry and congratulations. Katrine Dragsberg-Muller, again, congratulations to you. You've used that word milestone. I think for many of you, this is a milestone this afternoon. Great that you've achieved this. And I think, again, that word passion comes out from you, that it's fueled your passion for global collaboration and strengthened your commitment to driving change and driving impactful change in healthcare. So thank you for those words. I hope that is what the course has meant to you. And again, congratulations on your achievement. Enjoy the day and enjoy reflecting on what you've achieved. Well done. Elena Dimitriou, you've highlighted you're a passionate pharmacist, and again, you are dedicated to continuous development. So very much hope that the course has been part of your development, and it's great to see, I think, for the 10th time on counting, that word passion. And I think this is something that this cohort has all brought and we've all recognised. So again, many congratulations. Ben Freeman, I think you've highlighted here that you're looking forward to continued commitment to lifelong learning. And we'll hope you'll look back on this course as the milestone for you as you go forward, and that you'll appreciate being an alumni of the course, and that you will, as you say, build your career in medical affairs on what you've learnt, what you've appreciated through the course, and that those inspirational words of Alex will ring true for you as you move forward. So again, many congratulations. Enjoy your success and many success to you in the future in the industry. Ryugo Fujiwara, I might think it's quite late for you already in the day, so it's like a new day, but congratulations to you. And I like that word plunge, that you felt you've taken a plunge in participating in this program. You decided to go forward, to commit yourself fully. And it's great to see that you felt that you were able to acquire a wide range of knowledge and practical skills. So I hope this really has been meaningful for you. It has been impactful, and congratulations on your achievement this afternoon. Well done, and thank you for staying with us. Neha Gurat, congratulations to you. And I think what you've written here is that the certification you've gained complements your academic training. I think I'm right in saying, having read up, that you were trained in immunobiology, but what you've now gained is that wider appreciation of how you're applying your basic science, your basic understandings here, and your postgraduate experience in immunobiology into the pharmaceutical industry, into product development, and into wider areas. And that this course, this diploma, which you've successfully graduated on today, has perhaps opened a series of new doors for you and new possibilities. So very much thanks for all you've achieved there. Regina Grabo-Schlesinger, again, very many congratulations to you. And I think you've highlighted that for you, the course and your career has been about driving scientific impact through collaboration and curiosity. So it's great to see that. And I think, again, that word of curiosity, of being impactful. So we very much hope that this is what the course has delivered for you. And great to read those words. And again, congratulations as you take those attributes through your career and look back, hopefully with fondness, to this milestone, to this day when you've graduated in the Global Diploma. I think now I have to say again, well done to all of you. And I now hand over to the chair of Module 3, Sandor, who's going to take over from me. Sandor.
Thank you very much. And I'm looking forward. Thank you for your excellent introductions. Okay, so it's William Greenwood, and he writes that happy to celebrate this important landmark in my professional journey in medical affairs. We congratulate to you, and I think this is probably just a continuation of your present work at a higher level, which better understanding of the intricate scientific backgrounds of pharmaceutical medicine. We wish you success and good luck in the future. Maciej Griciak, I'm very, very sorry that you did not send your picture. It is, internet teaching is very interesting because you do not see the eyes, the faces, the behavior of your students. And the only chance to see your eyes and to see you as a person would be to see also your picture. So we do not see that. Nevertheless, we remember you, your participation, and we wish you good luck and success in your future work. Yi, a confident, optimistic, and enthusiastic person with down-to-earth attitude, trying to find the right direction in my work, not just working hard. I think to find a direction is very difficult, and you will probably see in your life that several times you might ask yourself, is my direction okay? Is it the right direction? And occasionally you have to come to the conclusion, no, I have to change a new direction. Take these chances, and I hope that during this course you got enough scientific background to continue, either to continue as you did until now, or to make new direction and to start toward new scientific endeavor. The next, please. Young-Mi Kim, progress over perfection. It is a very interesting sentence. However, perfection must follow when you start to make a progression. In your new way, in new attitude, you have to reach the high perfection into the newly developed approach in your life. So please continue to combine progress and make always sure that it is perfectly done. With good luck for your success in the future. Alice Quistic. We only see that she works in the medical affairs, and we have heard today a lot of interesting emotional and scientific point in medical affairs. We hope that what you learned during this course and how you contacted with your colleagues preparing your lectures, you got a lot of new experience develop new ideas, and also develop new contacts with your colleagues, which might be very important in the future. Good luck and success in your medical affairs work. Daily, grounded in science, guided by purpose. Yes, I think to find the right purpose is extremely important in your life. Sometimes you have to change your purpose, but to define your purpose correctly, I think this is the basis of your success in your life. So good luck and success defining your purpose correctly and continuing it successfully. Lysirilieros. He writes that he seems to have a comprehensive understanding as a result of this course in drug development. Comprehensive understanding is, I think, very important nowadays. We cannot concentrate only on our direct goals. We have to see it in a larger and broader environment. And this you have to develop a comprehensive attitude of your research and your activities. I hope and we wish you that this comprehensive attitude should follow your professional career in the future. Jessica Loborets. She writes that she's grateful, and we thank you very much that you are grateful for this course. I think that you are already a medical director, and this, as we have heard today, this must combine medical understanding with pharmaceutical medicine understanding, also involved with clinical pharmacology. It is a difficult approach, a very interesting approach, and hopefully you will enjoy your future life and have the possibility to participate in the development of really important new drugs. Good luck. Ellen Luttinger, I just celebrated 10 years of pharma across 3 different careers. What does that mean, the 3 different careers? This is an interesting comment. Nevertheless, congratulations for your 10 years of experience, which we hope gave you not only difficulties, but a lot of success, and being happy that you participated in your projects until now. We wish you to continue to your successful work. Haeyong Liu, I think you're right, and I think everybody will understand that to participate in a dynamic course with much which really needs to provide a lot of your time. It's hard working, and we appreciate that you manage that. I hope that your understanding in drug development and pharmaceutical business is now deep enough to successfully continue to your work in the future. The next one. So with good luck, and I think I hand it over to Domenico Cristuolo.
Yes, here is Domenico from Milano. Many thanks to David and to Sandor for their excellent introduction to their students. Now it's my turn, and we'll try to do the best to introduce the group of students that achieved the award of the Academy. The first one is Nuno Martins Machado. It's in his bio, he understands the role of a leader. And we know that leadership is a key issue in everybody working in medicine development. Leadership, it's an important asset that can help identify the best way to reach the objective and also to create a team spirit. Well done, Nuno. The next one is Gorai Mataro, a pharmaceutical physician working in the UK affiliate of Pfizer. And he understand that this program gave him a very broad knowledge of the complexity, but also the pleasure, the satisfaction of developing new medicine for the benefit of patients. So well done also to you, Guira Mataro. The next one is Jay McBean. He underlined that having completed this program represent for him an important milestone to build his career as medical affairs reader in Pfizer. I think this is a key issue. We should never forget that everybody working in medicine development must have a lifelong education program. So this program is only one step in a long-lasting career, and James has underlined this aspect as this certification will offer to him an important step to advance his career. Well done, James. The next one is Gabriel Mirkus. He highlight the critical issue of vaccination. We know the vaccine have saved millions, maybe billions of lives all over the world. Despite some skepticism that is around, little by little, the value of vaccination is getting ground. So well done, Gabriel, and continue in your effort to stimulate not only the development of efficacious vaccine, but also to convince people that vaccination are a very important step in preventing life. Next one is Marielle Morales Sam. She is based in Berlin and she understands the importance that research has continuously to dialogue with patients. We know that in today's environment, the role of patients is becoming more and more important, and she underlined exactly that the dialogue between research and patient is the fundamental to the development of a safe and, and effective medication. Congratulations, Mariel. Then, unfortunately, we don't have neither the photo nor the bio of Ezra Nilgum Akidutz. It's a pity, but in any case, also to Ezra, we offer our best congratulations for a successful career in medicine development. The next one is Tomoyo Oguri, most likely from Japan, and she underlined that this program gave her an important insight into global medicine development. That is a critical issue. We should always remember that today medicine development is a global activity, and therefore it's very important to be open-minded to different culture, to different approach to the work. At the same time, getting the best from each country in order to reach the target of a new drug development and approval. Good luck, Tomoyo. And then we have Luciano Pacelli, clearly an Italian guy. And he underlined that he was very happy to have completed this program, even if, as he write, this program was quite demanding. We know that it's not an easy program. We don't like to give a title that has no effort behind. So it's a demanding program which, however, offers a significant achievement and understanding in the global aspect of drug development. Good luck, Luciano. The next one, once again, we don't have neither the bio, neither the photo of Vinod Prasad. In any case, we cannot not offer to him also our best wishes for a successful career in medicine development. The next one is Shrestha Priyadarsini, and she underlined the importance to be committed to excellence. This is a very important aspect. We know that we are developing drug for people who have serious diseases. So excellence, top quality, commitment is an ethical must that should encompass all our approach to medicine development. Good luck, Shrestha. The next one is now the group of some select. Thank you for your attention and good luck to all the students I have introduced.
Thank you very much indeed, Domenico. Right, graduate, this for any academic is a very emotional time when it comes to end of the journey and graduating. So, and those emotions you have seen from the previous module chairs representing has come through. And I'm afraid, in the interest of time, I have to go through my students allocated to me to have the pleasure of admitting them to the certification a bit more quickly in order to make time. So if I could have the next, Cathy Queen. Cathy, really impressed with the words that you have said, you know, real world evidence and the field that you're working in terms of, you know, blood cancer, hematologic malignancies is where it brings you closer to patients and the carers. And all those words of Harriet certainly resonates with you, I'm sure. And many congratulations and welcome to the GMDP Academy alumni. Rothia Romas Medina. I can write a few essays of what you have said. You know, all those words, passion, making a difference, you know, communicating, collaborating, you know, all those are really amazing words and the thing that we do in medical affair. So thank you for those words. And I wish that we had more time to really dissect all those. But many congratulations. And again, you know, welcome to the GMDP Academy alumni. Christian Ross. Christian, I'm really pleased to learn from what you have said, that you have enjoyed the journey as well as the destination. So I'm really pleased and congratulate you again for completing the program and welcome to the GMDP Academy alumni. Islam Sami. Now, what can I say? You have used the word that it's, you know, close to all of us in terms of, you know, how we try to lead our life. You know, love is something that we need in everything we do. So thank you for those, you know, short, but very sweet indeed. Thank you. And many congratulations. And also welcome to the GMTT Academy alumni. Flor Sansana. Now, I'm sure that the words of Alex resonated with you. Never too late to learn. And that is a continuous journey that we have in our lives. So I'm glad that finally was proved to you that you made the right decision. Many congratulations once again, and welcome to the GMDP Academy Alumni. Elchandro Sanz. Elchandro, you three words that you have used, but it tells a million stories, creating new bridges. This is really what Alex said, the fragmented healthcare system that we have. It's so important to, build those bridges. And I'm sure that, a lot of people in this world who, like to do the opposite, but, those are really wise words. Thank you for that. Many congratulations and welcome to the GMDP Academy Alumni. Julia Schultz. Julia, you come from, purely a scientific background, molecular biologist, but you have found your niche in medical affairs. And, the continuing learning from your team. But it seems to me, looking at your photo, that you are a good communicator and you gel everybody come together. So I hope that, that's a good description of what you do every day as a medical affairs professional. And I wish you well in your endeavors. And many congratulations again, and welcome to the GMDP Academy Alumni. Ishita Sungupta. Ishita, your long life journey of learning has been really quite evident in the words that you have said. This is what you believe. It has evolved you. And to me, being at this graduation ceremony today, seeing that added value to the maturity of every one of you, it's been so heartwarming. Many congratulations and welcome to the GMDP Academy Alumni. Levina Sharma. What can I say? We need more of you around the world to recommend the GMDP Academy program. So we're grateful for the words and thank you. And we are really, really, really privileged that, you have enjoyed the program and you are able to recommend it. Thank you. And many congratulations and welcome to the GMDP Academy Alumni. Edgar Antonio Solis Gonzalez. Edgar, thank you for those words. As a pharmacist, you are a very important part of the team because everyone with a different profession bring different things to the table, and you have got a lot to really contribute to the team. So we congratulate you and also welcome you to the GMDP Academy Alumni. Thank you very much indeed. And now it gives me a great pleasure to hand over to Pravin.
Thank you, Sam. A very tough act to follow indeed. But let me continue the leitmotif of being grateful for the humility and the obligation of keeping the patient front and center, and compliments are certainly in order. It also brought back my own learnings while taking care of patients that reminded me of a pithy Sanskrit shlok. While growing up, it goes something like Karmanyavadikarashte ma phalechu kadachana. We perform our duty and leave the rewards unto themselves. And that is the obligation that we see ourselves. So right on, as we move on to our presenting and giving our audience the privilege of being introduced to some of our colleagues who are graduating today, let's move on, Jacob. Thank you. So first off, Olivia Strasser. Olivia, a pithy statement indeed, but you reminded us of two things. One, the Academy brought together, and you've seen you presenting, we've seen our colleagues presenting in this global presentations together, and that brought up not just the academic classroom itself, but the global connection that we built up. That's a humble reminder that we live in a global community, so thank you for reminding us of that. And also bringing the question, we have to keep growing, and the only way we can grow ourselves and our people around us is by growing with everybody else and carrying people along. So thank you for this strong message and hearty congratulations, and hope you build on this as we go forward. Many compliments. Next up, Maya Isabel Strecker. 2 points, Maya. Great perspective. You did reinforce the point of a global perspective, which is championing the voice of the patient worldwide. But you brought up 2 things. One, leadership. We don't have to be high up in the echelons of hierarchy to be leaders. We all are leaders within ourselves, and we've been taught that even as we go through this program. So thank you for championing that cause. But you also touched upon a very important point, carrying on what we heard from Dr. Skora. You've expressed your passion in not just the hematology, but in patient care. So huge compliments. While you have given the privilege of the Academy taking some credit, but let's give it back to you, because you are now the ambassador going forward. So hearty congratulations, and may you carry the flag forward. Next up, Ichan Tai. Kathy, you brought up a very important point, and this is where you brought in the family, the balance between family, and you treat the family, the world as your family. And that is something that you have reinforced, that while you do have an obligation to your family, you do also have a larger obligation to the global world. So thank you for reminding us of where we stand. And the term that you also brought in, you're dedicated to all that you do. So hearty compliments, congratulations on this next phase in life, and may you spread the gospel. Thank you so much. Franziska Tannenberger. Now, 3 points again. You have converted. This is something all of us need to take as a message, Franziska. The point that you bring up, we are always going to be confronted with challenges. Dr. Skora reminded us of that too. How do we turn that into an opportunity? How do we turn that into spreading the good that we can do? It's important. And the third element that you bring up here is really fascinating. We all go, and I'm reminded of the path that we all have to choose. But you chose a path that, even if it's unexpected, that's the opportunity to learn. So you're continuing the leitmotif of learning with the challenges, turning them to opportunities. A lesson for us. So while you have talked about how you've done at the Academy, but it is also very critical, and we've seen you participate. We've learned so much from what you brought in. So compliments and congratulations on going forward. Next up, Rosemary Teresi. Never stopping to challenge us what we do. Rosemary, thank you for your interactions. I personally enjoyed the interface, provoking, bringing us front and center. But at the same token, you brought up a couple of things. Thank you for the compliments to the Academy, but then the Academy is you. We all make the Academy together. So what you're bringing together is and I think you're reinforcing the words that we heard from Alex, the translators, and the same thing with Dr. Skora. But more importantly, you will now write the words when you're translating. And that is something that's very motivating for us. So thank you, Rosemary. Continue doing what you do, and congratulations on this next phase. Next up, we have Karen Tucker. Karen, you have brought on a couple of things. Not just what we have grown up with, Karan, the evidence-based strategies that we talk about, but we also trying to find out where we can create the evidence, and that is an obligation upon us. And you've brought up the whole point that you cannot run it alone. Karan, thank you for reinforcing the fact that we all do it together, and that collaboration is what brings us as better human beings and better people, and when we serve our community. So thank you for that. And congratulations on what you're bringing forward. And always remember that we learn from each other. So thank you for reminding us that it is important that we try to improve our patient outcomes constantly. Good luck in the next phase in life. Dimitrios Trafalis, you have taught us a lot. And Dimitri, I remember our challenging discussions in our conversations. You brought in the fact that while you are a physician, you're also very, very passionate. The word passionate has come out so often today. It's a humble reminder. And thank you for doing that, Dimitrios. You also made sure that while you're doing this, you don't lose sight of the fact that we have to constantly innovate. Alex said the same thing to us. We cannot be stagnant. We cannot allow status quo to continue. So hearty congratulations. Keep doing what you do, and all the best in your next phase in career. Next up, we have Karen Villamil Herrera. Thank you so much. Karen, you have brought up a very important point about the balancing part again. While again, compliments, you're showing that you are balancing this, and you are you have attributed that to the Academy, but you clearly have brought up 2 points. You have to give your best, and that persistence is what you've been doing has paid off so well. While it has been a complicated part while balancing, and you've given this feedback often enough, and we are trying to make sure that we enjoy the journey that we need to go forward. But it's not just a certification that empowers you, but your own persistence, your own belief in what you do. So hearty congratulations, and may you keep doing what you do with full conviction. Thank you so much, Karan. Next up, we have Anne Wiley. And again, you've brought in the great point about you've transitioned from academia, and you have several people around this table who have come from academia, but you have reinforced one thing. You found your new passion when moving into medical affairs, and this has been the same story we've been hearing from several people around the table here, but you've brought up 2 points. You don't look back, you pick we all have to learn from that message. We need to look forward, we need to learn, and if we don't learn, if we stop learning, then we have failed our ultimate customer. So thank you for what you do. The fact that you picked this up as suiting your own your own expertise and your own commitment, congratulations, and may the next step give you even more challenges and more satisfaction. Congratulations. Sam, over to you.
Thank you very much indeed, Pravin. Just like to take a moment to thank all the module chairs for admitting their graduates into these certifications. Now it's the next part, which is part that we hope that everyone celebrates, and this is celebrating excellent. And we're going to be celebrating the top 2 achievers of the 2025 GMDP Academy CMD program. The first one that I'm going to introduce, and it's a privilege to be able to do that, is Nuno Martinez Machado.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Nuno.
Yeah. First of all, I really want to say that being here today is both an honor and a moment of reflection for me. When I began the certification in medicine's development program, I saw it primarily as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to challenge myself in a field that is constantly evolving and expanding. But somewhere along this month, it became more than this. This program was not just a collection of modules, it was a curriculum aligned with today's evolving industry standards, designed to prepare us to navigate a landscape that is scientifically complex, ethically demanding, as we already said, and globally interconnected. So I want to begin with gratitude. First, to GMDP Academy faculty and leadership. Thank you for building a learning environment that is rigorous, yet empathetic, global, yet still personal. The Academy commitment to world-class education and its partnership with King's College, I think, created the perfect balance between academic depth and real-world relevance. Second, to my colleagues that I have privilege to work with, some of whom are here today, thank you for the discussions, the debates, the virtual meetings that span time zones, from early mornings in New York to late nights on the other side of the world. And there's another acknowledgement that I want to make too. From the moment I began this program, I was given flexibility, support, and trust to take on this demanding learning journey alongside with my responsibilities at my company, Pfizer. So to my manager at that time, Susana Castro Marques, thank you for opening the door, for encouraging me to step into this challenge, and for giving me the flexibility that I needed for this challenge. If I reflect on what I'm taking away from this program, I would highlight how we learn to navigate the intricate relationships between therapeutic specialties, regulatory authorities, and pharmaceutical industry. We learn not only how medicines are developed, but how they should be developed, and how each of us can make a meaningful difference in the future, never forgetting ethical responsibilities and the importance of a patient-centered purpose. We learn to understand regulatory frameworks and to appreciate the human complexity behind data-driven decisions. But something this program reminds us of is that medicine's development is not just a technical field. It is a human one too. Each decision, every analysis, every protocol impacts someone's life and someone's family. And that's why our work is really a privilege. We are living a time when medicine's development is more globally interconnected, scientifically advanced, and ethically scrutinized than ever before. And programs like these matter because they equip professionals with the competencies needed to keep pace in these evolving realities. They don't just teach us what to do, they shape the way we think. They reinforce our responsibility and they strengthen our purpose to contribute to a world where better medicines are developed responsibly, efficiently, and with integrity. I walk away from the CMD program with new perspectives, deeper confidence, and a renewed sense of mission as a medical leader. I feel even more empowered to contribute to my company purpose, to support my team, and to champion patient-centered innovation with greater clarity and conviction. So to the Academy, to my colleagues, and to Pfizer, a big thank you. I feel grateful and handful, and I hope to carry this forward in a meaningful way through my work, my leadership, and the way I support and inspire others. Thank you.
Nuno, thank you very much indeed for those very poignant reflection, which we very much appreciate indeed. Now, the next of our top achiever is Marielle Morales Sam.
Thank you, Professor Salek. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's a real honor to be here today and to have the chance to speak on behalf of our graduation cohort. We began this journey just a little over a year ago, precisely on January 6th, last year, 2025. And back then, I think most of us were very motivated to learn and to grow. And maybe it was just me, but probably all of us were aware that this program would require a lot of dedication. So looking back, I think that's something we should really feel proud of, that we are here today celebrating the successful completion of the certification in medicines development. When I reflect on the program as a whole, for me personally, one insight really stands out, and it's how truly interconnected medicines development is. Our learning journey went from early research and pharmacology through clinical development, regulatory approval, and also far beyond that. And along the way, it became very clear that no one single person nor a function does this alone. In the end of the day, medicines development is a huge team effort. A lot of stakeholders are involved, and each one of them plays a vital role. An analogy I like to use when I talk about healthcare, and it also applies to medicines development, it's like a big and complex puzzle, and every piece in that puzzle matters. So as you can imagine, I have learned a lot during the last year, but let me give you a practical example. I work in medical communication, and I never thought of tools like the target product profile as a tool that connects early development decisions on how we will later communicate on a medicine. So to put it in other words, what happens in development will shape the story we will tell about our medicines. And that has made me more thoughtful about how I will work or want to work with clinical colleagues, regulatory colleagues, and all the other colleagues involved in the development process. And collaboration, it's a theme in healthcare and also in this course. And as it was so central, I wanted to tell you or share with you that I really appreciated the chance to work closely with fellow students in group presentations. We worked across different time zones and professional commitments. And nevertheless, and I was honestly really impressed by that, is how we creatively structured our collaborations and managed to get everyone's insights in our group presentations. So even though our group presentations demanded a lot of coordination effort from us, they, I personally really enjoyed them, as they weren't just academic tasks, but also real collaborations. And because the teamwork meant so much to me, I'd like to start by thanking my fellow students, and especially those I collaborated with during the last year. Thank you for your insights and your great collaboration. And I would also like to sincerely thank the GMDP chair and the whole GMDP Academy team. Your guidance, your commitment, your organization have made this program such a valuable experience. And also finally, thank you very much to our managers, my manager at the time, Sandra Bosold, and our workplace, mine is Pfizer, who supported us to pursue this opportunity and to be standing here with the completion of the certification. It has been a privilege to learn together, and I wish all of us continued success in our work for patients. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, Marielle. During your reflection, all your colleagues, graduates, have been showing, their delight by the reactions that they have shown on the screen. So once again, from the GMPD Academy, we congratulate both you and Nuno for achieving this very, very heartwarming achievement. Now, the certificates will be sent to you for both of you, and the operation team will organize that. Now we have come to the last part of the program, and I would like to hand over to our CEO, Dr. Pravin Chopra.
Wow. Thank you, Simon. This is truly emotional. Right off, Dr. Skora, Dr. Kondolian, Professor Stonier, and Professor Salek, distinguished guests, faculties, families, and friends who've gathered from all around the world, who've joined us today to celebrate our colleagues at this commencement of the Academy. And most of all, my felicitations to the exceptional class of 2025. It is emotional, as I said, but please allow me to add my warmest personal congratulations to both Nuno and Marielle for representing the cause and representing the ethos that we all belong to. So this auspicious moment is truly precious, and the privilege of reflecting the sentiments worthy of such an occasion is truly special. The gratitude, and Nuno has used this word, Marielle has used this word, and everyone else has expressed it, the gratitude for embarking on this journey together, learning with and learning from each other's wisdom, is in perfect harmony with rejoicing each other's triumphs, respecting each other's values, and more importantly, embracing each other's humility. And for all that we have received, we express our sincere acknowledgement of the alliance with Inter Alia, Pfizer, Sanofi, UCB, Abbott, Bluebird Bio, Costello, and Exogenesis Bio. But let's come back to the message that Dr. Skora left us with. First, cajoling us with the sensitivity of championing the voice of the patient in all that we do, and believing and epitomizing our raison d'etre. Dr. Kondolian, reaffirming Pfizer's commitment to us and partnering since the early days of the inception of the Academy, right through its nascency, is truly a privilege and our honor. Professor Stonier, constantly reigniting the fervor of excellence, which has been instilled not just by King's College London as a hallmark, but by everyone who represents that. So thank you, Peter, for being with us all along. And Professor Salek, what more can I say? For his gentle shepherding the Academy in his inimitable style and his elan is something that we can be truly grateful for. We recognize also today, and they're sitting around the table here, our esteemed board and our faculty as mentors and teachers, who in their quintessential eloquence imbue that global understanding that all of us are bringing up, and also that universal intellectual equity that we owe to our communities around us. And importantly, we do accredit the ongoing engagement of the Academy operations team, ably led by Jacob here. And you've seen the participation and the contribution, but more importantly, enabling and delivering that seamless orchestration of the Academy's conversations. We cannot be more grateful at them. Thank you so much. At this juncture, we've heard the poignant reflections on the many meaningful interactions we faced, the intellectual banter that we faced, and I mentioned some of that as we went along, and the camaraderie that has been shared by colleagues in this program. It's come out with every single interaction. And more importantly, even as these have engendered a sense of kinship, but beyond the confines of the academic calendar, we believe and hope this also engenders a lasting bonds of friendship. Mariel alluded to that right now. We're stepping into another threshold, but it's also a moment of immense pride with that innate accomplishment shared with families and friends joining us today, and with well-wishers beyond the remit of today's session, as you anticipate the horizon and reflecting Nuno's own words with hope and with confidence. It has surely been challenging to balance the demands imposed by the program's rigor with life's vicissitudes, with both personal and professional pursuits that we've talked about. So Mariel, we related to the essence in your end of program message, which I picked up and I quote, "Success requires more than technical capability. It depends on governance, coordination, and trust among stakeholders." Great message. And likewise, Nuno, we regaled in your empathy, your end of program message, which I quote, "Sustainability goes beyond economics, covering social and environmental aspects. Constant reminders of where we do, what we do, and what we belong to." My personal commendations on the fortitude, the fidelity, and the faith in your abilities, and in the unwavering joie de vivre that you exhibited in this remarkable 2025 gathering of colleagues. Let me pick up a cue from what Alex mentioned right in the beginning. In our chosen profession, the underpinnings of competence and performance are non-negotiable. But when we combine restraint with exuberance, clarity with purpose, belief with curiosity, we have a formidable formula for fostering faith in humanity, and more importantly, in oneself. Let's take a cue from what Harriet and Professor Salek mentioned. The evolving global healthcare ecosystem and stakeholder landscape, the accelerated pace of technology, and thankfully, an increasingly empowered patient advocacy is making burgeoning demands on our skill sets. Bridging the diverse spectrum of technical expertise and business acumen, reimagining the role of the medicines development professional, which is predicated on relentless learning and development in the discipline. But we also live in strange times, where political demagoguery is pitched against science, in a world where disinformation is rampant. In such a world, it is all the more imperative to resurrect the irrefutable power of human connection, of compassion, of the touch of care over the sterility of technology, of passion, of humaneness over the dispassionate expertise, and, dare I add, asking the difficult questions no one else will ask. We need to constantly remind ourselves that purpose is not aspirational. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of living. Purpose shapes our behavior, builds credibility, it engenders trust, but ultimately purpose delivers impact. And your own professional identity is you, your brand, displaying leadership. Now, we may not always get the opportunity to walk on the path of our own choosing, but we can always choose to walk the path our way. What you do matters. You matter. And when you do what you matter, that matters. So, as Peter reminded us, this has been the 9th iteration, which means that in 2026, the Academy is embarking on its 10th year of empowering excellence. As colleagues, we have experienced an extraordinary learning journey with like-minded compatriots at the Academy. Now, as alumni, be its strength, be its inspiration. As ambassadors of the Academy, as a brand of medicine's development, as a profession, but above all, as ambassadors of our ultimate customer, the patient. We wish you farewell.
Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Chopra, for those words of wisdom, which we very much appreciate. Now, I just need to, for me, what remains for me to do at the end of the program. Sadly, we have come to the end, and all the good times have to come to an end at some times. Now, I have a plea to all the graduates, and that is please, on a daily basis, stop and ask yourself one question. Do I care? We need more caring people in the world that we live in today. Now, I would like to thank all our speakers and every one of you who have made the effort to be here today, and all the families, colleagues, line managers, and those of you who have supported the graduates to for the journey and achieve what they have achieved and what we are celebrating today. With that, I also would like to ask you graduates, please continue to celebrate with your families in whichever way that you enjoy continuing the celebration of today. We thank you once again and congratulate you on your achievement and welcome you to the GMDP Academy alumni. With that, all the very best and thank you once again.